Well, live here tonight, it's the WFO Racing League from Rockingham Raceway. I'm Matt Egan, bringing you flag-to-flag coverage as we get ready to go racing from the Rock. It should be an interesting night of qualifying so far. Remember, top 28 make it in. I don't know if we have more than 28 drivers attempting to make the field. What we've seen in practice so far can only be described as intense. Now, this setup, it is interesting. This track, of course, is interesting. This car is interesting. All these factors going to making what should be probably one of the most interesting races we've seen in a while. It's a build night here on iRacing. And it should be a great night of racing. Adam McKinney right now, watching him on his flying lap, second lap in his Subaru Legacy, fourth quickest. And Troy Cook now the top of the speed charts. McKinney will tag the wall. Cook will be the fastest. Vern Bradley second fast right now. And it looks like that'll stand. Nick Gardner third quick. Nick Smith on his first flyer lap. Remember, you got to be top 28 to make the show. So Nick Smith looking to put down a lap time faster than Jared Cox. And what does he do? Well, unfortunately, nothing that lap. He'll have to make lap 2 count. A little bit loose off. We have 23 drivers qualified so far. Again, I'm not entirely sure if we have over 28. But if I was Nick Smith, I'd be racing like I thought we had over 28. And 14th, that'll be good. That'll put him safely in no matter what happens. And we will have over 28 drivers attempt to make the field here. Michael Updegraff is 27th. Davey Lamont. Actually, no, we will only have 28 drivers attempt to make the field. Tim Hamlet, Garrett Hemlinger are admins. And Lamont goes to 6th. So Updegraff, by virtue of being the 28th car, will be in the show. Luckily, no one having to race their way in. No one being knocked out, as it were. Very luckily there for Updegraff, as he was 24.670. Not too far off 27th Cody Martin, but you figure you throw one more driver into that mix and, well, someone would be on the outside looking in here. Watch these cars roll around here. Updegraff looking for an extra lap. Looks like Derek Robinson joining in. I don't know if he's joining in too late to qualify, though. So Derek Robinson, well, he might be the one to push Updegraff out, as he's 27th or 28th on the speed chart, so he is the bubble, provided Derek Robinson is allowed to qualify. That, if he's not allowed to qualify, of course, then, 28 drivers in the show. And that'll be that. John Senu on pit lane. Mason Weitzel getting some extra laps in. Spins it out, tags the wall. Richard Holland, guess happy there with his car. Again, I don't know if they're going to let Derek Robinson qualify. And that'll be the question. Well, Robinson is there. Is he rolling? Yes, he is. So Derek Robinson, he needs to post a time faster than 24.670. And he'll knock the 96 out of the running here tonight. And we'll see what he does. This is his first flying lap for that Asus machine. Tags the wall lap 1. That lap won't count. keep speed in it, or it looks like he will reset. Again, I don't know if he'll take that second lap or if he's going to call it there and say that's it. Of course, if he doesn't take a second lap, if he isn't allowed to take a second lap, that will be his qualifying run done, and it looks like he won't take a second lap. So John Senu, Cody Martin, and Michael Updegraff, they make up the rear end of the field here tonight at the Rockingham International Raceway. Cody Martin, 27th. Updegraff is the bubble driver, but luckily the bubble driver that gets to stay in the show. That being said, 14 minutes till we go green. How's everyone out there in YouTube doing tonight? I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you all for joining in on the American Sim Network in partnership with the WFO Racing Network to bring you this great night of racing. ASN looking to bring you flag-to-flag coverage here tonight. Should be a great race. And you can see these drivers all getting ready for what should be an exciting night of racing. And Ricky Fagone, 4th place on the speed charts. Looks like he's getting some extra practice laps in. Nothing wrong with that. Extra practice always beneficial, especially a track like Rockingham. This is a very hard racetrack to master. It's a very hard racetrack to be any kind of fast at, for sure. So we'll watch him take some extra laps, and we'll be back in time for the initial start here tonight in just about 12 minutes time. So stay with us on the American Sim Network. 12 minutes till we go green. Looks like pit stop practice there for the driver of the 17. Not a bad idea here, and you notice the way he gets down on pit lane. Very hard pit road entry here at Rockingham Speedway. You got a lot of banking in these corners, and you're carrying a pretty decent amount of speed through these turns, so getting into pit lane gonna be something you're gonna want to be able to do if we do see green flag pit stops. Getting off of pit lane 2, another not so easy feat, so not a horrible idea there for Ricky Fagone to be testing this out, and that may give him an edge over his competitors depending on if we see the green flag pit stops. Watch his entry, pretty nice entry. You hear those downshifts, you'll see him, he'll stay right on target, stay to the right on pit lane entry, as he does, and he'll look for his pit box, or look for whatever box he's gonna be trying to use here. Fake pit box entry, good job there, and good pit road exit. Out and away for the 17. Nothing wrong with extra practice. So just about 4 minutes till the green flag drops here. We'll talk to some of these drivers as they're getting ready to go racing. Let's get an interview in. Well, let's talk to Ryan W. Daniels. We'll see what he thinks of this race car, what he anticipates. Ryan, have you got a copy on me?
Hello? Hi, what's up, buddy?
Well, getting ready to go green. 4 minutes till the drop of the green. What do you expect to see here tonight?
Oh, boy. I'm actually, me and the rest of the 00 team and all of the drivers over at Iceman Motorsports, we're all just hoping for a good, clean race tonight. Uh, with the new damage model and the way the cars have been handling this week and everything else, this is gonna be a survival race in my opinion. But we're just hoping for a good solid run. Starting in the top 10 the first time this season for the 00, and me and the Pennzoil boys are looking to just get a good run in today.
Now, speaking about cautions, do you expect to see a high number of cautions? I mean, we saw quite a few crashes in practice. Do you think that carries over?
Ooh, this is a really good question. It's going to be tough to say from the driver's seat. I mean, I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that we can be smart, get spread out early, a little bit anyway, at least up front. But my gut feeling, at least until we get some damaged cars and until some people are probably out of this thing, which is unfortunate for me to have to say, but I feel like that's what it will take at some point in this race. So I do see a high end of cautions at some point. Whether it's more towards the beginning or the end of the race, I couldn't tell you, if I'm being totally honest.
All right, well, the biggest thing here, how has the car been handling for you during practice?
For me in particular, it handles great. I've loved every second of being here in Rockingham. I know a lot of people are uh 50-50 on this. You got some guys this week who have loved it so far, other guys who have hated it, especially with the update to the setup today with the new release of the body damage update to the car. But really, I love it. My car's handling really good. I'm just looking to survive, and if we can get it, put it this way, if I'm there in the top 5 in the last 30 laps of this race, look out, because I'm going to be doing everything I can to get to the front of this race.
Yeah, I always loved racing Rockingham, one of my favorite tracks in the trucks when they ran here. When iRacing actually used to put the trucks on this track for the official series, and it's always fun in the K&N car. So, should be good fun watching you on track. I'm glad to hear that you like the way the car is running. Any other sponsors you want to mention real quick before you let you go?
Yeah, I mean, I just certainly want to thank Young Gun Creations, all the guys at Peterson Checker One Motorsports, Iceman Motorsports, my race team, all the guys on the team, whether you're here tonight or not. I love you all. You're all my best friends. I surround myself on this team with all of my best friends, and all the people out there watching as well. All my friends, my family, my girlfriend Samantha, who watches every week. I appreciate it very much. All my good buddies who I go to school with or went to school with and all that. It's meaningful to have the support, meaningful to be able to get on here every week and do what I love doing with some of my best buddies, and to do it here at the WFORL.
All right, well, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you for giving me the time, and I hope that your broadcast goes great tonight. By the
All right, well, last up, we'll do one more quick interview. Let's talk to Vern Bradley. Vern, have you got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got a copy.
We'll do this a little bit of a lightning round because I know you guys only get one lap pacing here, but what do you expect from this race tonight?
I don't know. I mean, we got some iRacing threw some stuff at us today, so it's kind of like a wait and see, you know. I'm going to wait for this thing to go green, kind of take my time a little bit with the car, and real excited about the damage model and some of the changes they made with the track, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens, I guess.
Well, hopefully we don't see too many tore-up race cars. What do you expect on that front?
Well, I'm hoping the same thing, that we don't have too many tore up ones, but at least if we do with the new damage model, it ought to look good on the broadcast, Matt.
Well, that is for sure. How's the car handling for yourself?
Driving good for me. No problems with the car. It is a little bit tied out of two, but again, I think it has a lot to do with the new dynamic track changes we got.
All right, well, last question for you, and this one's going to be a tricky one. Where do you anticipate finishing?
I'm going to go out and shoot for a top 10, currently leading the points, so I just want to shoot for a top 10 and kind of maintain my points lead out of here.
All right, well, thanks for talking to us. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, and that was Vern Bradley, driver of the number 14. Looking for a good run here tonight. So as we get ready to go racing, we'll roll through the starting lineup. Row number 1, Adam Tips, and that is the wrong starting lineup. There we have it. Row number 1, Troy Cook, Richard Holland. Row 2, Mason Weitzel, Ricky Fagone, Nick Gardner, Davey Lamont, Wesley Whitfield, Vern Bradley, Garrett Robinson, Ryan Daniels, Adam Tips, Glenn Jameson, Artie Peterson, Jeff T. Martin, Hal Amy, Nick Smith, Tyler Lambert, Leo Lortz, Adam McKinney, Trent Ripley, Stephen Blankenship, Thomas Cristiano, Sean Dorr, Joseph Andujar, Jared Cox, John Senu, Cody Martin, and Michael Updegraff rounds out your field. 14, count them, 14 rows deep. Pretty decently sized field here tonight. Should be a good night of racing here at the Rockingham International Speedway. Question, of course, who finishes where. We'll see how that all plays out in 145 laps. Pace car rolling off now. It is, of course, the 51, Troy Cook. Third pole in a row, third race this season. Can anyone stop him? As it stands so far, the answer to that question is a resounding no. Driver is so far dominant, at least in starting positions. If you look at finishing positions, however, for Troy Cook, we'll take a look and see where he's finished here so far. We're actually 4 weeks into the season. Troy Cook's finishing positions got an average finish of 13th, though pretty good average start. Average start of 2nd. And here we go, pace car hopping down. And green flag, we are racing. Great start by the 51 car, Troy Cook out and away. As they go down into turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch now, Troy Cook with a pretty significant lead. Wesley Whitfield down on the bottom next to the 17, Rick Fagone. We were watching him. Garrett Robinson getting into Davey Lamont there. They're going to be 3 wide now. Jeff T. Martin caught in the middle. Glenn Jameson on the bottom. Martin splits the gap. Good job by Jeff Martin. Now, I'm sure Lamont's not going to be too pleased about that move from Garrett Robinson, as we watch them go down into 3 and 4. Side by side. Lamont holding off Martin. Trying to hold him off anyway, almost making contact. Got one in the wall towards the back. That was Nick Smith. He didn't crash, though, just kind of tagged the outside wall next to Adam McKinney now. Adam McKinney in his Subaru machine making good time. But yeah, you can see that pretty hard racing already. Sean Dorr looking to work his way on up from 22nd. Stephen Blankenship a little bit further back, and we got a crash. It is the 7 of Nick Smith. Gone around with the 13 of Adam McKinney, no caution. We'll get an instant replay look. Looks like Smith got into McKinney. It was off to the races from there, so to speak. So McKinney stays on track, albeit on the apron. Looks like he might have some issue with that race car, trying to get back into the racing groove. And no one's letting him in, so that's going to be a problem for Adam McKinney. He just can't find anywhere to go racing with anyone right now. And we saw these guys, they were racing close by each other earlier, the 13 and the 7. So I'm not too surprised to see that they met in the middle, though it took a little bit shorter time than I was thinking it might have. Troy Cook, meanwhile, trying to hold on to the race lead over Mason White, so we're actually have gone 7 laps so far, caution-free. Pretty good so far. I thought we would have had actually a quick incident by now, so really good running in the field. Mason looks to the inside for the lead. This is for the race lead, and he'll get it on Troy Cook. Troy Cook trying to fight back. He looked to the inside, wasn't able to get anything. And you can see Cook looking there, looks again to the inside, and Mason catches him halfway through the corner. And he's got to set up for the pass, but he's just not able to. And that's the problem for Troy Cook. You see Richard Holland looking pretty fast as well. But this is a very difficult racetrack to pass on. And that's going to be the key there. Finding a way to pass on this racetrack successfully. And you can see Mason Weitzel still holding on to the race lead. Troy Cook actually looks like he might be fading back a little bit. Trying to hold on to second place. Nick Gardner, Garrett Robinson. Robinson gets by Gardner, and we'll see that. I think Robinson a little bit aggressive on that pass. Nothing wrong with that, though. That's just short track racing. Gotta go hard. Garrett Robinson certainly doing that in that 89 Racing for Jesus Dodge. And you can see up to 4th place. A little further back, Ryan Daniels in the Pennzoil machine. New colors here tonight. Looking for a pass for position, and he is starting to close in on Glenn Jameson. Not happening yet as Hal Amy got to Ryan Daniels first. Hal's got a little bit of a quicker race car. That Harley Davidson number 3 machine. Down on the inside now at Ryan's quarter panel. Not quite enough to make that pass, of course. But the fact of the matter is he was there. He had the speed in the race car. He's just got to set up for the pass in the right spot. He'll try it again here on that Steve Park throwback. And again, not able to happen. He's getting to him right at the center of the corner. But it looks like as soon as he gets to him, he loses pretty much all his speed, and that's the problem for Hal Amy there. He'll get to him and then lose any speed he has. Watch what happens. You'll see into the corner. Hal's got speed, loses it. Caution flag comes out. It is Tyler Lambert. And it looks like the 7 might have been involved once again. That's the second incident of the night for Nick Smith. Smith got into that outside wall. Wrecked, unfortunately, there. Able to get that car rolling again. And that's the crucial thing there, is to not lose too much ground, albeit already 7 laps down, so not too much more ground he could have lost there, but still good to see he got the car moving under its own power. Now, do note, if you're voting for Tyler Lambert here tonight for your driver of the day, he is car number 9, not car number 3. I know the paint scheme on iRacing shows car number 3. You see right there, Good Wrench service car, but not car number 3. Hal Amy is the 3 car. That is the 3 car for the driver of the day voting, that Harley Davidson machine. Tyler Lambert, you have to put car number 9, so do make note of that. Or alternatively, put Tyler Lambert's name. That would help too. Troy Cook in his box. We'll see who comes out first. And it looks like it'll be Mason Weitzel out and away. Fantastic pit stop. Richard Holland, second quick. Troy Cook, third. Davey Lamont, then Nick Gardner rounds out your top 5. So with Mason Weitzel leading, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. One lap to green here. 20 laps complete. Making good time in this race so far. Your current race leader, Mason Weitzel. As they go down the backstretch here, looking to go green. Troy Cook anticipating this green flag. You see him get a little bit jumpy there. 26 drivers remaining on the lead lap. Pace car getting ready. There he goes. Mason Weitzel with a great restart. Start calling those the Mason starts. He's kind of becoming known for those really great starts when he has the lead. Look at Davey Lamont, Nick Gardner. That's a tight squeeze and a half right there. You want to talk about one? Garrett Robinson fell back on that restart. Adam Tips looks to the inside of Richard Holland. Now Robinson actually going to lose quite a bit of ground. Garrett Robinson stuck all the way to that top lane. And that's not where you want to be on these initial starts, mind you, especially up top. All the way up by the wall. Very slow here on the early going. Garrett trying to recover his ground. And we got another caution. Ricky Fagone. Never mind, not him. I think, was that Sean? Oh, dear. Yeah, it looks like Sean Dorr might have been involved. And he was. Oh, Adam McKinney barely slides by. So Sean Dorr tags the wall. Tags it twice. Look at Adam McKinney. Gets by that. Sean Dura able to drive away. Minimal damage to the left side or right side of that old school's motorsports machine. Tyler Lambert just a few positions ahead. Troy Cook, your race leader. Weitzel brings a few cars down pit lane. Davey Lamont, Garrett Robinson, they appear to actually be your only takers. Well, Vern Bradley. But other than that, for the most part, no one wanting to pit. Troy Cook elects to hold on to the race lead. And once again, we'll return in just a moment. Well, double them up. Let's do it again. 26 laps in. Out of 145 laps here tonight, 120 laps left to go. So it should be a pretty exciting restart. Pace car down. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. And Troy Cook got a great restart. Nick Gardner, second place, side by side. Jeff Martin manages third. Good run from Martin. Looking back here, Adam Tips, Ricky Fagone, Glenn Jamieson. Jamieson down on the bottom right there, trying to gain some ground, and he will. Meanwhile, Gardner trying to gain even more ground. That's going to be a little bit hard there for Nick. Ryan Daniels against Steve Parker. Beautiful looking race car. As he looks to the bottom, I wouldn't go 3 wide just yet. That might be a little bit too risky. And he washes way up the racetrack, almost into Jared Cox. Caution flag back out. Garrett Robinson, hard crash. what happened here? Oh, he went flying. We'll try and see what happened to Garrett Robinson. Looks like he got into Joseph Andujar, drove it in way too deep. End over end. Once again, we'll be right back. Next time around, leave your comments for the driver we should interview under the next yellow flag. Well, as they say, do it to me one more time. Once is never enough. We'll have another good restart here, getting ready to go racing. And it'll be Troy Cook leading. Like I said, leave suggestions for interviews, drivers you want to hear from during the course of this race. Pace car down. Good restart. And this is some great racing right now. On this restart, Jeff Martin third. Cristiano has worked his way up to 8th. And look at this. Look at the 31. Richard Holland. Look to the inside. Artie Peterson. He's trying to make something happen here. Look at Artie down to the inside of Jeff Martin. We got another yellow. This time, not Bradley Cooper, I'm sorry, the 30's involved. Tyler Lambert as well. We got one car on their roof. That is Trent Ripley. Looks like Hal Amy getting a piece of it. So what all spurred this? Davey Lamont got into by Hal Amy. John Senu. And 17 involved. Watch the 17 car here. He got tagged by Garrett Robinson. Ricky Fagone, he tried to lock it up. Garrett, nowhere to go. And that just tore the back end of that race car off. You can see it's attached, but it's flapping in the wind, as it were. So a lot of damage to these race cars here tonight. A lot of tore up race cars. You can see the back of that 17 car just kind of flopping around. So he'll have to bring that in. I can't imagine that is good to be racing around with that car in that kind of condition. I don't imagine him trying to stay out of him. Amazing that body panel's actually staying on. And yeah, you see him coming down pit lane here. So 36 laps in. And you look at our caution summary. This is our 4th caution of the evening. And at a track like this, you can't be too surprised. It is very close quarters racing and very aggressive racing here. Rockingham is an intense racetrack. As we'll watch that 17 car hit the pits. Try and see what kind of work they do to that car and to the back bumper. And they'll try and reattach it. So he'll be out and away. Troy Cook still your leader. Well, let's talk to Troy Cook. Why not? Troy Cook, if you got a copy of me.
Hey, gotcha, Matt.
Well, you've been leading this race here. We've had quite a few back-to-back cautions. You expect to keep leading once we do go green?
I'm really hoping so. This HGRM in motion CBD Chevy Camaro is pretty fast.
Well, how's that car been handling for you here tonight, for the most part?
It's a little tight off 2 and 4, but it's not too bad.
All right, well, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Here we go.
All right, we'll let him get back down with his team as they get ready to go green. So it has been a pretty interesting night so far. Pace car down. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Troy Cook got a good start. Gardner didn't get a great one. Down into turns 1 and 2. Gardner trying to hold on to second. Jeff Martin behind him with Artie Peterson in tow. Side by side, Peterson and Holland. Holland edges him out. see Jeff Martin there holding on to the third place. Trying to do what he can, and that's going to be the big thing here tonight, folks, is if Holland, or if Martin can hold on to third. Looks like Holland, though, getting a bit of a run. Holland looking really fast right now as these cars are finally coming up to speed. You can see Nicholas Gardner looking pretty quick. Nick Gardner trying to gain in on him. That being, of course, the race leader as we watch these cars go around onto the front stretch again. Lambert now a lap down. It leaves 22. You can count that, 22 drivers with Cody Martin, the last one on the lead lap. Jeff T. Martin, though. And we got a caution flag back in the air. I believe Davey Lamont, yep. So what happened here? You see Davey Lamont got into the back end of Mason White. So, oh. Man, I don't want to call that by anything, but maybe hard racing. Let's use that term. Might be an unhappy Mason. And you can see they're racing side by side there. And yeah, you see Mason got into by Davey. The 96 caught up in it. So we'll be right back. Troy Cook, still your race leader. So they double up as they get ready to go back to green flag racing, and it should be a pretty exciting restart now as the drivers are anticipating this start It should be an interesting one, I think, for sure. As we get ready to watch them go green. Of course, Troy Cook, still your race leader. And with Troy Cook still in the lead, that's going to lend it to Nick Gardner to try and get an advantage. It's going to be the question of, can Nick Gardner actually get that advantage? What will we see out of the 18? Pace car down, Troy Cook down and away. So a pretty good run there by Troy Cook to get that restart. And you can see here, Richard Holland, we got an immediate, oh man, oh man. Well, you want to talk about putting that new damage model to the test, just take a look at the junkyard down the backstretch. Ryan Daniels is in it. Davey Lamont, Vern Bradley, Joseph Andujar, Ricky Fagone, Jeff Martin. At this point, it might be easier to count those cars not involved. Look like Vern Bradley and Jeff Martin got a piece into each other. Jeff Martin got into the 74 Wesley Whitfield. Vern Bradley piled into him. Hal Amy involved. Ryan Daniels. John Senu. Whole backstretch basically got blocked there. Nowhere for any of these drivers to go. And you know these drivers aren't going to be too happy about having these cautions. So we're going to, in the interest of not hearing these drivers angry, we're going to keep from interviewing them. We'll be right back once again. Well, as we get ready to go back to green flag racing, we'll see how it all plays out. It appears that Troy Cook will still be the race leader. Really, the top few spots, they haven't moved an inch, and I don't really expect them to. Not unless we actually get some green flag runs in. That's going to be the key factor here tonight as we get ready to go racing, and we'll see it all unfold. It was caution number 6 that just occurred. Green flag back in the air. Troy Cook got a great restart there. That's exactly what he needed. Gardner got a good one. Oh boy, John Senu's around now. Senu hooked it right into Steven Blankenship. It looks like he tapped the 40, got loose himself. Blankenship nowhere to go. So we'll watch this from the chopper cam. Actually, we'll watch it from the blimp cam because I think some other drivers did get a piece of it. And you see Senu wreck. There's Blankenship, and look down to the bottom. Yep. Fagone, the 96, and then Jeff Martin got a piece of it. The 96 car there was Updegraff, who of course was the last driver to get into the race here tonight. Man, you want to talk about an unfortunate night of racing. I just realized we actually accidentally never came out of the caution cam, but well, I guess we can stay in it. We'll be back. Well, we get ready to go back to green flag racing again. 57 out of 145 laps in. And 17 drivers on the lead lap. Pace car down there. And Troy Cook out and away. Good restart for Troy. Gardner, Holland, Jameson. Jared Cox side by side with Vern Bradley for position. He'll get the spot. Jared Cox caught on that outside line, hoping just to keep that car in check as he loses quite a lot of ground now. They'll get through a lap. And Jared Cox gaining ground now on Tyler Lambert in that number 9 machine. Lambert slides up in front of Cox. Lambert down in front of Sean Dorr now. Sean Dorr side by side with the golden number 9. Sean Dorr just a little bit quicker. That's what he needs to do, is he'll hold him off at the start-finish line is what it looks like. So that's exactly what he wants to be doing, exactly how he wants to be doing it as well, I would imagine. And you can see further ahead the racing getting a little bit more intense. Garrett Robinson getting by, what was that, Glenn Jameson. And we still have quite a ways to go here tonight. I want to point that out, 85 laps left. And Jared Cox now caught up by Mason Weitzel here. And you see Stephen Blankenship trying to close into Jared. Not happening. Davey Lamont got a decently quick-looking car despite the damage, and he does have a decent bit of damage too. You see the front nose of that car has been pushed in along the front nose of Jeff T. Martin. And Jeff Martin trying to gain in on Lamont. Ryan Daniels, multiple laps down. Well, actually, only a lap down. We got a caution flag out. Joseph Andujar has gone around with Adam Tips. Adam Tips got into Andujar there. They collided. Both drivers going for a spin. I don't know if Adam Tips just didn't slow up in time. But that 54 definitely got a piece of it. We'll ride on board with him. I'd imagine he just didn't slow up in time there. So Adam Tips involved in that crash, unfortunately. Troy Cook brings him down pit lane. A lot of drivers pit, a lot of drivers don't pit. Vern Bradley among those electing to stay out. We'll be right back here on the American Sim Network. Coming back to the green flag this time around. It should be a pretty good restart here. Vern Bradley in command, though on old tires. That should be pretty interesting to see. Pace car down. Green flag back in the air. So pretty interesting restart here, and you can see Vern Bradley holding on to the lead, at least for the moment, over Garrett Robinson. Troy Cook, though, on, I believe, fresher tires. So it'll be interesting to see if Troy Cook can come up and make a pass. Nick Gardner trying to make something happen there on Artie Peterson. Peterson's got a lot of speed in that one machine. They'll be side by side right now. Looks like, oh, there might have been contact, but there's a caution flag flying. It is, well, I'm actually not sure who it is. Might have been the 17, Ricky Fagone, and no, it was the 09, Trent Ripley, who went around. Fagone got into him and kind of all by himself. So Vern Bradley, the leader, will be right back once again. So Vern Bradley brings us back around to the green flag. Troy Cook, second place at the moment. Be interesting to see if he remains there or if he will actually be able to gain position, gain ground. We'll see how it all plays out. Green flag back in the air. Bradley with a great restart. So Vern down and away. Vern Bradley trying to pull away on Troy Cook. Artie Peterson third. Sean Dorr a little bit further back with Stephen Blankenship, Jared Cox, Nick Gardner. I'm hoping we stay green here. You look at Cody Martin back there. Look at the 09, Trent Ripley. 3 laps down, 3 wide for a moment. As Ricky Fagone was getting by Ripley as well. So Trent Ripley got a lot of slow, something wrong with that race car. Artie Peterson looking pretty fast. He's trying to close in on the 51, and we got caution. Adam McKinney gone around. Looks like the 30. That is Davey Lamont. Just kind of got into Kinney's nose. Garrett Robinson involved. Cody Martin also involved. That is caution number 10 of the evening. We still have 69 laps to go. We'll be back. Well, as the clock strikes 10 on the eastern seaboard, we still have a quite ways to go. 66 laps. And we have, well, about 17 drivers left on the lead lap. Michael Updegraff, last driver on the lead lap. Pace car down. Green flag. Vern Bradley out and away. Vern got a pretty great start there. That's what Vern Bradley needed. As they go down the backstretch now. Into the front straightaway again. Artie Peterson battling for position. And who is it this time? That's going to be the question. Tyler Lambert, car number 9. Makes for caution number 7. Into Steve Blankenship. And the question of retaliation. Blankenship got hit. Blankenship came down. Now I wonder. Now Lambert brings it down. Bradley, your race leader. Let's get an interview in so it's not all caution cams with race leader Vern Bradley. Vern, have you got a copy? Vern, are you there? Okay, for some reason, I can't hear you. One moment. Let's try this again.
I gotcha.
Okay, now I got you. You had me, I didn't
deal.
have you. Alright, so working caution number 11, actually. Well, what's your impression of the race as a driver so far?
It has been exciting, Matt. That's the best way I could put it. I spent my fast repair early, so I went to a different strategy and try to get to the front and stay up here.
Yeah, well, do you expect to hang out front for the rest of the race?
The 114 car is pretty good. We got Thor on the hood this week. No real sponsor behind us this week, so we're going to have to put on a better showing than we have. So I'm going to do my best to keep the 114 up here, Matt.
Well, the other question, do you expect to see more green flag runs coming your way? I know most of the fans watching probably hoping for it, but what do you expect from the driver perspective? You expect more green flag runs, or you kind of expect a few more cautions?
Well, I'd like to have some more green flag runs to get in a rhythm and see what we got on the longer run. I think we're pretty good. But, without doing it, I don't know. So it would be nice to get some of them. But if we don't, I think we might have enough fuel to go all the way in this thing. We'll just...
Well, there you go. That's certainly one good thing there. You have enough fuel. But, well, thank you for talking to us, and good luck in the rest of the race.
Thank you.
So, as we get ready to go back to green flag racing, it'll be Vern Bradley, of course, still in the lead. Again, 11 cautions here tonight. Pretty significant amount, but hey, that is short track racing as it goes. And we'll see just how it all plays out for the rest of the evening. I'm really hoping for some green flag runs here. I'd love to see these guys really get into it. We'll just see how it all plays out here. So right here, getting ready to go racing. See what happens. Pace car getting ready to hop down. There you go. Good restart. And Peterson contact with Troy Cook there. And this is on lap number 1 of this restart here. So they're already getting pretty aggressive. And back under caution. Cody Martin this time. Looks like Jeff T. Martin gets into, or Cody Martin got into Jeff Martin. I don't know if he was gunning for him or if that was an accident, but you kind of watch. Let's watch from the cockpit camera. That'll kind of tell us something about it, but that might have been Jeff just kind of sliding up in front of him. Wrong place, wrong time. But working caution 12. 59 laps to go. Vern Bradley still leads.
Now you know I can't.
And we're back live here on the American Sim Network. 12 cautions here tonight so far. Getting ready to go back to the restart. Joined with guest speaker, of course, Nation 01. How you doing here tonight?
Doing.
Well, it's good to be doing. As we get ready to go green. Here we go, green flag. Hopefully they get a good run in. I think they will. I got a good feeling about this one. Mason Weitzel dived in deep there. He got the pass, though, on good pass there on Artie. Nick Gardner trying to gain some ground. Troy Cook side by side. You can see Troy Cook looks to the inside right there. Oh, contact, hard contact between those two drivers. Now, you would think after just having 12 yellows, they would kind of try and mellow out a little bit, but they're still going hard, and that's just good racing right there. What do you think?
No, they're not. They're not good.
Yeah, you can see everyone here spread out. There is 16. You know, what's amazing in all these cautions, we still have 17 drivers on the lead lap. You know, that has stayed consistent. We have not had drivers drop off the lead lap. And you can see Sean Dorr getting passed by Ryan Daniels. Daniels dived it in again, a little too deep there, and a little bit of contact, 3-wide situation for a moment. This is how things kind of can breed cautions when these guys get like this. Joseph Andujar looking for the spot on Sean Dorr now. So, what do you think of this racing so far here tonight?
Too many goddamn cars.
Well, I think that might be the general consensus among viewers. You're cutting off there at the end. I'm guessing you're on push start. If you'd hold that down for like about 2 extra seconds.
I have it set to fucking stay, like, down for another second.
Evidently, it's still cutting you off. I mean, look, I'm just telling you
Well,
what's happening on
some
my
of
end. I'm just telling you what's happening on my end. Don't shoot the messenger.
I think we'll be.
We'll be fine. I know what you're trying to say. Don't worry.
All right.
I mean, Vern Bradley's pulling away, which is pretty nice to see. He's got about 6/10 of a second lead.
Yeah, but he's still gonna. Wow. I think there's still gonna be a shitload of caution.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm hoping not.
You don't think? Well, yeah, I'm hoping not too, but I mean, come on.
Look, we've seen 12 tonight. I like to think positively, and I'd like to say that was the 12th and final one. Although with over 45 laps to go, I don't know about that, but, different story. No, okay, yeah, no, there's definitely going to be at least one more, but I'm hoping not a lot more. I mean, how many more can we have?
Well, you got cars that have been, disqualified or not eligible to race anymore, or that are broken. I hope it's that way.
I mean, these cars have been, as you alluded to, these cars have been used, abused, and abused again. I mean, I don't think the cars can take much more, much less the drivers.
I think it's the cars that just can't take anymore.
As you can see, Troy Cook holding on to 4th place. Artie Peterson. I gotta say, Artie's doing a fantastic job here tonight. Despite everything that's happened so far, he's having a really, really impressive run.
You're not broadcasting on Twitch as well, are you?
No, not tonight.
Okay.
No, if I was, I'd be very unhappy with the amount of swearing that's taken place so far.
Oh, dude, I swear like a motherfucker.
I can tell.
Well, it's by accident.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine.
And I'm like 4 minutes behind you as far as fucking...
Oh, yeah, you're looking off the broadcast feed. You're not on the... You're not on the race
Yeah, I'm
feed.
not on. Oh, god damn, is it 10 o'clock?
It is 10:15 actually.
They
It
really go off on the quarter?
It does go off on the quarter hour. You should have heard it when all the clocks in here were working, and they're not right now. It was a beautiful sound when they all went off at the same time.
But you got a shitload of them that go off like on the hour or the quarter hour or the half hour.
I do, but only 2 of them work right now. I got 4 in this room. 2 of them are broken and 2 of them work.
Well, why are the 2?
Well, the one's broken because it's like 100 years old, and it like needs to be like completely redone, and that's a lot of money right there. The other one's broken because the mainspring just stopped working. Like the mainspring just went. I don't know. That's not so expensive, but it
Just went.
Like you like swing the pendulum and it just go. It'll knock back and forth. It won't actually do nothing.
Hi, Cindy. How are
Well, got a good battle
Hey,
going on
you
between Nick Gardner and Glenn and Richard Holland. You'll see that in a few minutes. Okay. Well, was a good battle.
Would they
Hush.
wreck? Because I
Yep,
ain't going to
yep.
see it for another
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Yep. I don't know exactly what happened. We're looking at the replay. Looks like Gardner got into the 31 of... yeah, Gardner got into the 31 there. Was that Holland? Richard Holland? Looks like, yeah, they just met wrong place,
Oh,
wrong
fuck.
time.
Hello, Diana. How are
Well,
I'm too stupid. I should be to bed right now, but I'm...
so that's an interesting turn of events there. 108.
Dude, I won't see it for another 3 goddamn...
Well, you'll see it. You'll see it very shortly.
I'm just telling you. 3 minutes is not short.
Okay, well, if you're looking at the race feed and then the broadcast feed, yeah, but...
I'm looking at the 31 and
You're gonna see it, like, right...
18, looks like.
You're gonna see it, like, the next lap.
Yeah, that... Yeah, that was a... 18 totally spun it.
Yeah. See, you're not 3 minutes behind. You're about a lap behind.
Oh, whatever, I'm behind. But, yeah, he totally spun.
Yeah, I don't want to call that intentional, but, I mean...
Well, I didn't say it was intentional.
Yeah.
I just said that's what he did.
No, I know. I'm saying my end. I'm not saying you said it was intentional, not at all. Good news, Mason Weitzel came out with the lead. 37 more times around here tonight.
Mason Weitzel, he's 99.
That is correct. Mr. Bob Rosscar. The one and only.
No, we know who Bob Ross.
No, I'm saying Mason is the one and only.
No. Who's Bob?
Mason Weitzel is Bob Ross.
Nope.
He might be.
Tim Hamlet is the ultimate Bob Ross.
Okay, have you considered that, like...
Have you talked to Tim Hamlet?
Not recently.
Yes, you have. The motherfucker he's Bob Ross.
No, I mean, I haven't talked to him, like, within the last month, I don't think.
Okay,
I don't
then you've
recall.
talked to him before that, and you
Oh,
would
well, yeah.
know he sounds exactly like Bob.
He does, actually. You are correct on that.
Yeah, he does. Come on.
On another note, while we're working this caution, did you know, and I'm sure you did know, KFC has this new sandwich, where the bun is a donut.
No, I did not know.
You haven't seen the commercials?
No, I live in West Virginia, so
Well, you
no,
still get TV out there.
not very much. And no, I have not.
Well, okay, well, it is a thing.
So is there like a Bob Ross chicken sandwich?
No. It's a chicken sandwich, right? But the bun is 2 glazed donuts instead of like a bun.
Because a heart attack isn't a.
Look, we live in America. You expect them to make like healthy food? I don't.
Fuck.
It's supposed to be good. Here's a
But,
question. Would
I mean,
you eat
you
it?
know how unhealthy that would be?
Pretty unhealthy.
Fuck no. I would not beat that. No, I would not eat no.
Probably pretty
I mean,
unhealthy.
I like chicken and I like glazed donuts.
But you want to
but
like eat them
not
together. I see. Mason Weitzel, green flag back out, by the way. Good restart. You'll see that, next
See,
time
you
by.
have to go and call the real race. I'm just sitting here for fucking.
Yeah. No, it's all good, but it's working. It's a great restart there by Mason. He got out and away by about like 2-3 car length there on Artie Peterson, and Troy Cook trying to close in up with him. Now, what do you think of Troy's performance here tonight so far?
I think Troy's gonna bet. Meaning he's gonna see it.
Yeah, I think you might be right on that one. He's closing in really significantly on that one car. They've only been at this for about barely a lap, and he closed all the gain that the one had. One car gained about maybe car length, 2 car length, and he kind of bringing it back out there. But Troy Cook trying to close that in. He was closing in for a little bit there, and I feel like none of what I said was coherent there for the moment, but you can see it in front of you.
You're all right, man. Don't
I feel
worry
like
about it.
What's his name from King of the Hill that speaks really incoherent? You know who I'm talking about.
Boom! How
That's the ticket.
that would be.
That's the ticket right there. But anyway, great battle for the race lead. Look at that. Artie Peterson closed it down to, was that about half a car length now. Mason Weitzel going to try and hold him off here. 115 laps in. Artie looks high coming onto the front stretch. He'll lose ground. That opens up to what, about car length there now. So looks like the bottom line, that's where you want to be. Naturally, through turns 1 and 2 down the back stretch, the one car looks a little bit faster. Now he's lapping about a 10th quicker a lap than Mason Weitzel. So that being said, do you think we see a pass happen there?
No.
Yeah, I might be inclined to agree.
I think Troy's fast, but I don't think he's first.
Yeah, I might be inclined to agree with you on that one. It is very hard to pass it. We've seen that here tonight. When they've had a green flag run, it can be difficult to pass at this racetrack. 28 laps to go. Here's the question. If this does stay green, do you think they're good on fuel? I don't think anyone's
I
really
don't know,
thought about
Matt.
that.
You would probably know that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really thought about that here tonight.
I know Mason is kind of just let's go, and Troy is kind of, well, let's think about it. So Troy might be better at winning the race than Mason, but Mason he's not stupid. He fucking flies. Hell,
Yeah, Mason's got a lot of speed. I remember the truck series when I used to cover that. I mean, he was fast. He knew what he was doing there. You see Vern
well,
Bradley.
Mason's not stupid, but neither is. Now, whoever that is in between them, I don't know who that is.
That is Artie Peterson Jr.
Okay, go Art.
He's doing pretty quick there too.
But I did that without swearing, so you should give me a no.
Yeah, there you go.
I did it without swearing, Matt. God damn.
10 points.
Son of a bitch. Just fucked that all up. Oh, God.
It's all great. Anyway, though, but yeah, that is... Artie was getting close there, and your favorite driver right there, Nation, 4th place, take a look, Vern Bradley. Well, you'll take a look in about a minute or two. But, you know, Vern Bradley, he's closing his way in.
What do you think about the Vern Bradley?
Well, I think Vern Bradley is a very fast driver, and he's got the potential to win this race. Whether or not he will remains to be seen. That's the thing.
I'm going to predict Vern Bradley top.
That's definitely a good prediction right there.
And I'm also going to predict, I got to go.
So right here, Mason Weitzel holding on to the race lead, not by much, I might add. But, you know, as you touched on earlier, it's very hard to make a pass, you know? That's the key there. Very hard to make a pass. And it looks like Mason's going to hold on to the lead for a while, I think. So I think Mason definitely going to be able to hold on to that race lead. Pending pit stops. So, who's your pick to win this race? If you were to pick one driver here. Nation? Can you hear me, my man? So I'm gonna go with he might be AFK. But at any rate, right now...
I just told you I had to fucking leave to take
Oh, well, I didn't hear that. You cut out.
What the?
I told you you were cutting out.
God.
You know, I didn't hear that you had to go. So, you know, blame it on Discord. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, well then, all right, I had to take a pee, miss.
There we go. 15 laps to go. Who's your pick to win this race?
I'm going to go with Mr. Cook.
Good pick to have. He's coming on strong. I'm going to go with... Well, I'm going to go with Vern Bradley. I know he's in 4th right now. Oh, boy. Yep. Okay. Well, it's a good thing you didn't pick Mason Weitzel.
See, I can't see that. I'm like 5 minutes behind.
Oh, boy. It's a really good thing you didn't pick Mason Weitzel. That car just got demolished.
I don't know what the fuck happened. What am...
Well, Troy Cook coming off of turn number 4, got into the back end of Mason Weitzel. Mason goes around. Jared Cox pile drives into him. Nowhere for that 27 to go. He lost the front end of that race car. And when I mean lost the front end, when I say lose the front end, I mean there is no nose. There's a radiator. No
you
nose.
don't need that. As long as you got your radiator, you're all right.
And his right front tire may or may not be functional.
It's a right front. You don't know.
You know, like those stanced out Hondas you see on the road?
It ain't like we're what the bullshit?
Okay, so you know how you see Hondas with like negative camber? That's kind of what his right front's doing.
Oh shit! Yeah, he did knock the fuck.
Told you.
Some of them.
So I can't imagine
Okay.
Mason's gonna be happy.
Mason's gonna be a little.
Little bit upset.
Well, now wait. Now go back, rewind that, and
But what did you need to see?
well, yeah, he's gonna be upset about getting jammed.
Well, that's how it goes. But yeah, you see how Jared's car, you got like kind of stance nation going on with that right front tire?
Yeah, it was.
Well, Vern Bradley, not so much of a dark horse pick anymore. He's right there in second place.
I'm still gonna stick with my. I'm still gonna stick.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, Troy Cook, he's been fast all night. He's led 51 laps at that as well, so...
Troy is. He's one of those guys you just don't ever put him out. You know, he's one of those guys that you just. He's always.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's got the speed. It's just a matter of if he can use the speed, which is going to be the hard part.
He should.
And Troy Cook
Sorry, I was like.
going to the back of the field. Looks like an EOL, I would imagine, probably for that caution.
The fuck?
I don't know why you got the EOL, but don't you guys give out EOLs if you bring out the yellow flag?
I don't know. Oh, I mean, on pit.
Well, one way or another, Troy Cook got an EOL. He's at the back of the field.
Some of them.
So that might be your pick kind of done out there.
Well, I got one thing to say.
Get stupid, get retarded, get retarded, get retarded. Let's get retarded. Let's get retarded in here. Let's get retarded.
You know, I forgot you had a soundboard.
I do have one of those.
That you do. Green flag back in the air. Vern Bradley out and away.
Vern Bradley, no.
Yeah, Bradley's leading. Caution flag.
Well, right now I'm looking at the goddamn pace car.
Right now I'm looking at Mason Reitzel backwards down a one-way street, and, well, he had a target. I got a feeling. Now, Mason Reitzel in the 51, they made contact again. I'm not saying it was intentional or not, but I'll let ye form your own opinion.
I'm still looking at the goddamn pace car.
We'll ride in car. We'll ride in Mason's cockpit cam. Let you kind of get your own impression of the thing from the restart. This is in car with the 99 of Mason Weitzel here. He got a pretty good restart too. Troy Cook got under him. Again, Mason may have gotten loose actually. That may have just been really, really unfortunate.
I hate these short track.
That may have been a really unfortunate situation of wrong place at the exact, and I mean the exact wrong time, because Mason did get loose, it looks like, but to the same effect,
Oh, God.
those two drivers made contact earlier, and they're making contact again. It could go either way. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I don't know what happened right.
Yeah, wait for when you see the
I'm
in-car
watching
camera.
you. Yeah, I'm watching your replay. I haven't seen the in car, but
Yeah, when you see the in-car camera, you'll see his wheel wiggled a little bit, so he might have gotten loose. But again, not entirely sure.
okay, I'm seeing the in cam. Oh, my.
It could go either way.
It could, but I think he.
And the only one that knows the real answer is Mason, and you couldn't pay me enough money to pull him up right now.
Oh, hell no.
Because I think whatever the outcome, intentional, not intentional, he's still pissed off.
That's not our job.
Yeah, he's still going to be pretty angry.
Well, but, Troy should be angry.
By the way, 15, count them on 15 fingers, cautions
We
here
ain't
tonight.
pulling fucking Troy up here.
I don't think we're pulling anyone up here other than the top 3 at the end of this thing. If
Oh,
we
no,
have a
I'll be
top
gone way before.
57 laps tonight under caution. 6 lead changes. By the way, I want to point out Stephen Blankenship. I know he probably used a fast fix, but keeping a clean race car. Good on him.
Steven, he's a very good racer. I mean, he really is. He's polite. He's respectful.
Yeah, you see the folks out in YouTube land. They are, well, I think they're as displeased as the drivers are tonight.
I ain't gonna get into that because they hate
I think we're just gonna leave it as I don't think anyone's happy about this race as it stands right now. I think you could poll all the drivers and all the viewers right now, and they're probably in equal stages of unhappiness with 5 laps to go.
Well, how do you think it's gonna go, Matt?
I'm hoping these final 5 laps are green because I think we'll see a riot if it isn't. And I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that would work digitally, but I think we'd see a digital riot. So I'm praying these final 5 laps stay green. By the way, I think if they do, we'll see a great battle with Stephen Blankenship and Vern Bradley, because Blankenship is a great driver, as you touched on earlier, and he definitely can rival Vern.
He's a very good driver.
And
remember, he was the one that I thought that I hated him at one point, and turns out it was somebody else that was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So Mr. Blankenship always brings that up. He always says, "Hey, you're the guy that hated me." I'm like, "Oh, dude."
Well, he might be the guy that you might be interviewing here tonight if he holds on to that second place. And oh dearie me, I'm sure you can guess what has just occurred.
I can't even remember the guy that I actually hated, and I thought it was Steve Blankenship.
Joseph Andujar goes around with Sean Doerr. Luckily, only a 1-car incident. Andujar faces the wrong way down one-way street. We'll go green-white checkers here tonight. Was that 15 cautions now? I think. I don't want to check.
That's sad.
Yeah. I think a third of this race has been under yellow.
Yeah, most of it.
I mean, we'll check it. I'll check it right here. We'll take a look at our caution rundown. 16 caution flags, 58 laps have been run under the yellow flag, 6 lead changes. So it has been competitive. When it has been green, it has been competitive. I do want to say that. This has been, under green flag, a decent race. But unfortunately, we have had a
Yeah,
significant
but this
number
is
of
a
yellows.
track that is not race.
It's
a
a
track
very
that
tough
You
racetrack.
cannot. You go to that racetrack right now. It's unraceable.
Well,
There's weeds growing.
it was raceable a few years ago, but yeah, I think you'd be right. It's not raceable right now.
Yes, it was. It is not raceable. Right?
It's still a great racetrack, though. I do love this racetrack.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know that racetrack that great, but I know, I drive down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I pass by that racetrack, and it's a horrible looking race.
But it's fun to race on iRacing. It's a fun track. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. See, I don't like the short tracks. I like the long tracks.
Yeah, well,
I
see,
like Talladega. I like hell. I like Watkins.
Watkins Glen's great. Watkins Glen's good fun.
Oh, I fucking love it.
But with this track, see, this track's a really fun track for me, and I haven't raced it in a while, but when I have, because I just love the way the corners are. I don't know how to describe it, but it's different than almost every other short track. I can't really draw a comparison because there's banking like Dover, but the way you enter that turn is almost reminiscent of a super speedway just because of how sharp the entry is. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And it's just it's great fun when you get the right car combo. These cars are good fun there, but I've heard these drivers talking about it, and I think the setup might be a little bit off. They were saying it's a very tight race car, and that might be lending to some of our problems here tonight.
Would you rather race the
The truck might be good. I'm assuming that's what you said there, guy.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, would
Yeah.
you rather race the truck
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
on
how
the,
this...
on the same track with the same condition?
Yeah, I'd race the truck. I would choose the truck over this. I have more experience driving the truck on this track. That's my only reason.
Well, you're a better truck driver than I am.
Well, I don't know about that. I've never raced you. You might be better than me.
You don't want to do that.
I want to race you. We should have a broadcast of that. I'd pay to watch that.
We can do that. We can.
Well, 2 laps to go. Fingers crossed this is the only attempt we need. God help us if it isn't. Green flag. Vern got a great start there. He's got about 2 car length or a car length on Blankenship there. Down into 1 and 2. Down the backstretch now. If they get to the white flag, they could literally all crash and there would be no caution. So they will race it out. Stephen Blankenship getting an amazing run. Final lap. This might be it. It might be Stephen Blankenship if he can get to the back of Vern Bradley. Through 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight. Vern Bradley, he called his shot earlier this evening. Does he pull it off of turn number 4 for the last time? Yes, he does. It's Vern Bradley, Stephen Blankenship, and Thomas Cristiano, Glenn Jameson, Artie Peterson, Nick Gardner, Ricky Fagone, Ryan Daniels, Jared Cox, Michael Updegraff, Trent Ripley, Cody Martin, Joseph Andujar, Sean Dorr, John Senu, Richard Holland, Jeff Martin, Troy Cook, Mason Weitzel, Adam McKinney, Hal Amy, Tyler Lambert, Davey Lamont, Garrett Robinson, Adam Tips, Leo Lortz, Wesley Whitfield, Nick Smith, Garrett Hemlinger, Tim Hamlet, Derek Robinson, Corey Cook, rounding out your field. Vern Bradley to victory lane. Willette Nation, the one and only, the man, the myth, and yes, some might call him a legend. I certainly do.
I doubt that.
We'll let him talk to Vern Bradley. We'll let him get the interview in with our race winner. Take it away.
Vern Brad.
Nation 0.
Get stupid, get retarded, get retarded, get retarded. Let's get
You got me, Dan?
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great.
You goddamn winners, what you...
I tried, man. You know, we debuted this new paint scheme that you made me tonight, and I tried my best, and towards the end there,
You didn't scratch it. I said you didn't scratch it.
well, I can't say that I didn't because I have a 12X, but we got it straightened out. Drew did a real good job working on it.
It's all
So we
right,
got it straightened
brother.
out, Nation, and
Hey, you won, man.
I feel great. I told Matt earlier in the interview, and I hope everyone heard it, that I had a pretty good car. We got a chance to get out there and lead. Once we got back in traffic, it didn't seem like the car was as good. But if I could get the car up front like that, like I did on this last one, the car was really good, and I knew I could hang on and win it there. So it just unfortunate for some guys, but it worked.
It's awesome, man. Is there anybody you want?
I want to thank everyone at WFO that comes over here and supports the league and makes it happen. I want to thank ASN, Matt, for coming in on Tuesday nights doing these broadcasts. I want to thank my painter, Nation01, also my co-commentator with the Village Idiots on Wednesday night for the WFO Wicked Wednesday Truck Series. I want to thank this.
Never heard.
Want to thank the series admins, Tim Hamlet, Garrett Helmlinger. Most importantly, I want to thank the man that backs all of this with a sponsorship from day one, Mr. Hal Amy with Amy Contracting. I want to thank the entire Amy family, the entire Riddle family. I want to thank them all. Garrison Schrader, Desiree Cole. I can keep going on. Cindy Bartlett, Missy, all of you, thank you. This means a lot. It's great.
We can do this all day long.
We could just keep going, brother. We built a great thing over here, and second win this season, points leader. And all I wanted to do was just keep it clean and bring it home in the top 10 tonight, Nation.
You did awesome.
Thank you.
All right, next.
Now, do we have to actually bring up the driver?
Yes, we do. Well, if you want to.
Dang.
But we got to get through our other interviews first.
Okay, let's go.
We'll bring up Stephen K. Blankenship. Steve, if you got a copy on me, my man.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, second place here. Good job on the finish. What's your impression on the race? Happy to get through it. Or happy for the finish, I should say.
Yes. Just glad to get to the end. I need to congratulate Vern on his win, and I need to apologize to the 9 car there. We got together
So
there earlier in the race.
were you expecting to finish second? What were you expecting out of the race here tonight?
No, I wasn't. I was just trying to hang on, really. Tried to make it a race there at the end, but I couldn't catch Vern.
I'm just glad we ain't got to talk to that Blankenship.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing good, man. I didn't think I'd ever get back up here to talk to you guys.
Bullshit, man. You're good.
Appreciate that. A lot of people wouldn't think so, but
No, I do. And, hey, is there anybody you...
yeah, I want to thank WFO. I always have a blast here. Hound,
Never
Vern,
heard,
Nation, and you guys for
never heard
broadcasting.
of those.
Yeah, you've heard of them. Apologize to Tyler for me there if you see him.
I'll smack him in his goddamn redheaded Head.
I didn't mean to get into him. I got to thank my teammates also,
It happened.
Jared and Leo, John Sanu.
All right. Well, thank you for
You
talking
doing
to us.
all right?
Doing good, man.
Great job on the finish,
All
man.
right,
Hope to
man.
talk to you a lot more this season.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you, guys.
Thank
See you, buddy.
All right, next up on the interview block, if he is around, yes, he is, Thomas Cristiano with Nation 01. Take it away.
you. Hey, what's up?
What's happening? I'm doing pretty good. It was a good race. Very good race.
You want to tell us about it?
Well, besides staying out of some of the messes, I think I was much better on the long run than on fresh tires, and thought I picked up a little more. But yeah, it was a great race. What a great race!
It's a trick.
It sure is. But I do like these short tracks.
I hate them. Is there anybody you'd like to thank or anything?
I'd sure like to thank the WFO Racing League. These guys are great. They put a great race together, and I think I've been with them. This is my third season with them, and what a great bunch of guys. And I also like to thank Old School Motorsports, and thank you, Sean, for my paints. And what a great league, man. Love this place. My first top 3 this year, and
Awesome.
it's awesome.
Well, thank you. I mean, thank you for.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I also like to thank my other sponsor, American Sim Network. I got them logo on my car tonight, and awesome to have them with me too.
That's awesome.
All right, thank you for talking to us, man. Great job on the finish. Hope to see you back up front more often, my man.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it, and great to have you on my car tonight.
Happy to be on it. All right, and
Yup.
we... Oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, Nation.
Yeah.
I was going to say we did have one more interview lined up, although I don't see our Driver of the Day winner. That's Hal Amy. Hal Amy, of course, winning Driver of the Day once again. He's not on Discord, unfortunately.
Oh, he's got to be in there.
Yeah, I don't see him down there, my man. He is
Some.
no presento. So that is going to wrap it up for us here tonight from Rockingham Speedway. Hope everyone enjoyed the race as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. I know we did have quite a few yellows, but overall, it was a great race. It was an exciting finish, and there was some good racing. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a great night, everybody.